حبا أهوى يا قلبا أعشق دنيا يا شمسا تشرق في أفقي وردا في العمر شذا ماذا أتذكر يا أمي.
You're welcome once again with the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, to our Mothers' Conference, today being Sunday 29th January 2017. May Allah accept this gathering as an act of ibadah, and may He meet all of us at the point of our need. I would like to call on one of our students in the person of Adam Al-Hassan for the recitation from the Holy Quran.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. يا أيها الذين كفروا لا تعتذروا اليوم إنما تجزون ما كنتم تعملون. O you who believe, ward up yourselves and families against a fire, whose fuel is men and stones, over which are angels stern severe, who disobey not the commands they receive from Allah, but do that which they are commanded. O you who disbelieve, make no excuses on that day. You are repeated only for what you used to do. Sadaqallahul Azim.
At-takbir, please. Allahu Akbar. We can see from the slide the theme for our program today is raising the girl child with Deen and Dunya. Deen, which is our religion. Dunya, which is the life we live in and all the trials and temptation around it. And if you permit me to quote this from Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. According to Muslim in Riyadh al-Salihin, it is mentioned that our beloved Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Whosoever maintains two girls until they attain maturity, he and I will come in the day of judgment like this." And he raised his two fingers together. May Allah make it easy and possible for us. My name is Sharifat Suleiman Giwa, and inshallah, I'll be walking through with you throughout this program. You're all welcome once again. Next on our program is introduction of the chairperson. Please, I want each and every one of us to say takbir for our chairperson, please. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. This is to acknowledge her coming early and her patience. She came before each and every one of us. She came before me too. Please and please acknowledge her presence with another takbir, please. Well, she is a head teacher from Al-Hidayah Academy, and a graduate of BSc Nursing, a graduate trainee, multidisciplinary education, diploma in Islamic studies. She has been in Nigeria for the past 30 years, though she's an American, but she is married to Malam Muhammad Adamu with 3 children. She is passionate about making Islamic education fun, relevant, and transformative. Please help me to welcome on stage, please help me to welcome on stage Katrin Khadija Adamu. Allahu Akbar. Thank you very much. You're welcome, ma'am. Next is the welcome address by the mother of GHA, mother of all, Hajia Rabi Namtari. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. All praise is due to Allah, the Lord of the worlds, the sustainer and maintainer, who made it possible for us to witness this day. May the peace and blessings of Allah be upon our noble Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, his companions, the Ummah and all the Ummah until the last day. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you all, our guest speakers, invited guests, our esteemed mothers and staff of our beloved school, Great Heights Academy, to the 5th Annual Mothers Conference of this academy with the theme, Raising the Girl Child with Deen and Dunya. It is our duty as parents to always be mindful that all our actions will be accounted for on the day of judgment, and that includes the way we raise our children. As mothers, it is important we ask ourselves questions. How am I raising my daughter? What steps have I taken to fulfill my responsibility of teaching my daughter about dunya? What steps have I taken to fulfill my responsibility of teaching my daughter about Ahira? Am I preparing her for both worlds? Am I being a good role model? When our daughters are raised in the Islamic way, then they become a source of great joy and blessings. It is mentioned in a hadith that our beloved Prophet ﷺ said, again I repeat the hadith the MC talked about, whoever maintains 2 girls until they attain maturity, he and I will come on the day of judgment like this, and he joined his 2 fingers. The first teacher a child has is his or her mother, and it is therefore important that we as mothers are equipped with the skills of proper parenting. This conference seeks to remind us of these responsibilities and highlight possible mistakes that some of us make. Raising the teenage girl child in an Islamic manner in today's world is challenging, but rewarding at the same time when done in the appropriate manner. It is our duty as mothers to prepare our daughters for the dunya, encourage them to learn and achieve their dreams, instill in them discipline, integrity, sense of responsibility, accountability, having exemplary character, and equipping them with the required skills and knowledge to excel in life and be useful to themselves and the entire Ummah. Dear mothers, we should make our homes an atmosphere where our daughters can learn about both dunya and akhirah. As the saying goes, it is not what you leave for your children, but it is what you leave in your children. Dear mothers, the best love we can show our daughters is to teach and guide them to balance these 2. The girl child is a daughter. She will then become a wife and then a mother. Along with all this, she will be a career woman. How equipped is she for these roles? We want her to raise her head up high, to be an ambassador of Islam, well educated, and can fit in and compete with her counterparts anywhere in the world, in any field she desires, and still maintain her Islamic identity. We want her to be the best in character, and her lifestyle should be a model of true Islam.
and a pillar for all. The proper upbringing of our students is very dear to our hearts, and we are very much concerned about who they become, even beyond their stay in Great Heights Academy. One fundamental aim of the school is to prepare them for this world and the hereafter, and whatever will hinder that affects our mission. We therefore feel the need to share our concerns. Hence, the school is anchoring this conference along with an ex-student. We are very proud of her. Salamatu Yusuf graduated from Great Heights in 2009, and she's now a psychologist. She studied in Middlesex University, Dubai. As partners in the upbringing of our children, we need to work together for a meaningful impact to be made. I hope we will all benefit from the knowledge and experience we intend to share today. May Allah make it easy for us. I welcome you all once again to this educative and rewarding program, and hope we start implementing what we will learn in our everyday lives. Before I take my seat, I would want to make a few comments as usual. Just like I said in the speech, we are always concerned about our students. The mission of the school is not just to graduate students in science or in arts. The school is about preparing these girls for this world and the hereafter. We must be partners in this. Sometimes we are sort of on opposite directions. Some parents don't understand our vision or are not keen into it. These children, yes, we all love our children. I'm a mother too. I have children. We all love our children. But the challenges in the world today, we must be firm. If we are not firm, then this love that we are sharing or showing our children will be a source of destruction for them. We don't pray that. Some of us don't want even mosquito to bite them. I remember a situation we once had of a mother who came for something in the school and saw her daughter and she had mosquito bites. And she raised hell at the gate. It was a terrible situation. I wasn't in school. When I came in, I was told. The most interesting part of the drama that happened was while the principal was telling me in my office, I had some little children come in. And an 8-year-old child said to me, "Mommy, you need to see how this woman behaved. As if there are no mosquitoes in their house." It is that bad. When the generator breaks down, some children raise hell. And I asked them, "Do you want to tell me that in your house, the generator has never broken down? In your house, NEPA doesn't take light at all. The taps in your house, in your houses, you never have plumbing problems." And they say yes. I said to them, "Why is it that when we have these situations, you are not patient? It's not as if we leave these things abandoned. They work 24 hours. They are bound to break down. And you need to get technicians to come and repair." I think sometimes the idea we give our children about life makes it difficult for them to realize that there are challenges. And any child who feels that life is a bed of roses will find it difficult to do so many things. Let us remember that we are raising mothers. They are supposed to later in future hold homes just like we are holding homes. if they don't learn sometimes the hard way, it will be very difficult for them to cope. We have students all over the world now, and we hear a lot of testimonies. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. I'm very happy to say that a greater percentage of our students out there are doing well. And I won't stop saying that even those who gave us tough time and left the school saying they will never step to the gate of this school, still come back and say, Auntie, thank you. What I've learned here has helped me to cope in future. That is all that we are hoping to do. That is all that we are praying to do. This school is not about the business of making money. No. It is the business of making lives for the sake of Allah and for the sake of the Ummah. Please, let us, parents should partner with us. Punishing them, correcting them, making them wake up at 5 o'clock to take their bath, whether with cold water or with hot water. Making them go to the mosque to pray and recite the Quran rather than praying at their bedside. Making them sweep, wash toilets, clean their rooms, make their beds is just for their own future. I know when children come on holiday, sometimes we say they've been in school for 3 months, let's leave them to sleep. And then we allow them to sleep till 11 o'clock. Wallahi, at the beginning of every term, sometimes it takes up to 2 weeks for them to stabilize. Because when they went home, we felt they've been in school waking up at 5 o'clock, let's leave them to rest. And that sleeping that they sleep till 11 o'clock, by the time they come back, they are not able to go back to the school routine. And then when we scold, we punish, some parents come fighting. And check a punishment a makaranta. The hostel people, they don't understand. Suna matsa yaran nan. If we don't, I don't know how to translate it in English. In ba mu matsa musu yanzu ba, it will not work for them later. After all, when they go to the university, nobody is going to follow them to wake them up to go for lectures. And that is why some students in the university waste their parents' money lying down in the hostel, missing their lectures. And if they miss these lectures, it affects their records. And then they begin to have carryovers. Why? Because they are not accustomed to that discipline of having to take responsibility for their lives, for their actions, for what they need to do. As mothers, do we go on holiday? From the day you become a mother, you are not on holiday until you die. From the pregnancy to the making them go through primary, secondary, even after they are married, do we go to rest? We don't rest. Even before the grandchildren, you are guiding them through the married life. When they get pregnant, you are also pregnant, so to say. When they have the children, my grandchild comes into my office, Mommy, Nana, and I say to principal, Wallahi, this bending down to wash. I thought I had finished it. So we don't rest. We don't rest. But yes, let us not rest so that our children can have a better future. Love is not indulging them in whatever they want, especially in this day and age. So my dear mothers, I hope and pray that all the reminders, because it's not as if we are going to say anything new. We just want to remind us of our responsibilities and help us to realize that we really, really need to let these children grow by realizing that life is not a bed of roses. Because we have this responsibility, we are going to account for it on the day of judgment, inshallah. Once again, I welcome you to this conference. May Allah make it fruitful. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Please add takbir for our mother. And for each and every one of us, may Allah make it easy and possible to make our children understand that life is not a bed of roses. And when we decide to mas amusu, if I can borrow what she said, let that mas amusu be beneficial to them positively and to every one of us. Before we go further, please, I would like to invite on stage one of our products who is with us today. She's got BSc in Psychology with Human Resource Management, MSc International Business Management, and is currently working with Zamtrak Management and City Limited as their Human Resource Manager. Please help me welcome on stage Salamatu Yusuf. Atakbir for her, please. Thank you very much, Salamatu. You're welcome. Without taking much of your time, I would like to call on the chairperson of our program today, Catherine Khadija Adamu, for her opening speech. Thank you very much. To sit down. Okay, please. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Good morning, mothers, the director, principal of Great Heights Academy. I'm so happy to be here this morning. The topic for today's 5th Annual Mothers Conference is paramount because the Ummah and indeed the world is faced with fitna that is intentionally designed to keep us preoccupied with the dunya. Long gone are the days when Muslim parents can afford to concentrate their resources on academics alone in educating their daughters. And long gone are the days when parents can afford to ignore the essential role that Islamic and Western education side by side will play in raising a new generation of Muslims who are prepared to face all of the threats that seek to destroy the Muslim family. The well-known saying by Ghanaian scholar Dr. James Emmanuel Kikweer Agray, if you educate a man, you educate an individual. But if you educate a woman, you educate a nation. Illustrates by the information to be provided today by former student Salamatu Yusuf, a psychologist, is critical in order to prepare mothers to be able to assist their daughters to successfully navigate the challenges that are facing the woman in the 21st century. I am confident that she is going to give a detailed explanation and provide you with critical tools that will enable you as mothers to assist your daughters to successfully navigate this critical role as they become mothers in the future. But let me summarize a few points that I've also like to contribute to today's discussion. First and foremost, mothers, it is essential that you pray for your daughters. In fact, if you have sons as well, all the time. It must be something that you are committed to doing daily. As parents, you must make critical decisions on the type of companions that you yourself will have in your lives as a role model and as a mother for your family. And what that means is that sometimes you may have to end a friendship with a person whose background or direction doesn't match your own. Because it might be that that individual who is raising their children against what you yourselves believe in, those children might negatively affect your own children. Try to make Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam a living, breathing reality in your family. Take time
to study his seerah. Learn to try and make your daughters to love the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And this has to begin when your children are young. Learn to have fun activities in your home that are halal. Make your home environment as pure as possible. And this is a challenge today. If we think about how many of us want to prove how wealthy we are by having a satellite dish or other types of electronics in our home, it is a fitna for us, and we have to try and balance what we provide as far as entertainment for our children in our homes. Sometimes it might mean removing one haram and replacing it with 2 halal activities so that we can strike that balance. As mothers, we can't just talk the talk. We have to walk the walk. Our daughters are watching us closely, and they will end up growing, modeling your behavior. Be sure that what they're modeling is something that you will be proud of and that will bring you reward in the future, inshallah. As the director has already said, as mothers, we have to be willing to not paint a rosy picture that life is a bed of roses. We have to be realistic mothers. And we should not be afraid of being the bad guy or being the bad mom. It's not easy, but it's something that we must embrace as mothers if we are to get our daughters where they need to be in order to face all the challenges that they will face in this 21st century and beyond. We have to learn how to keep our daughters close to us, and that means we have to be open to establish some kind of relationship, but making sure we don't cross the boundaries and try to be the friend. You are a mother. Learn to embrace that goal and not be afraid to embrace it wholeheartedly. We must not be afraid of not being afraid to spoil our children. We can't spoil them too much, and we shouldn't praise them too much either. And we must learn to talk with our daughters with love. I've been around a lot of young girls, and many of them express how afraid they are of being able to communicate sincerely with their mothers, only because mothers, we put up a barrier that says no. Try to get rid of that barrier and learn to embrace your daughter so that she can be that resource that you need to be for her. I look forward to hearing the presentation by our sister, and I pray that all of us will embrace and learn how to implement many of the tools that you will be provided with today. Assalamu alaikum.
Ensure that you execute that. And in addition to creating a fun atmosphere in an Islamic way, I had the opportunity of being at Sahad stores. There's this table opposite the entrance, and I was standing there. I saw this game. While growing up, that game, Snake and Ladders. I don't know if any of you know it. Yes. But this one has different verses from the Quran and quotation from Hadith. So once you roll your dice and you count, your dice will definitely fall on a quotation. And I think if children had gotten that, they would want to play that game and at the same time learn. Because for every box, there's a quotation from the Quran or Hadith. So please, even when our children want to play games, there are so many Islamic games that we can get for our children. May Allah make it easy and possible. Next is, our second mother. This one is our second mother in great height. In the person of Hajia Hussaina Abdul with her presentation on raising the girl child with deen and dunya. I takbir for her, please.
إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. All praises are due to Allah. We praise Him. We ask for His help. We ask for His forgiveness. We seek refuge from the evils of our souls and the evil of our misdeed. Whoever Allah guides, no one can lead astray. Whoever He leaves to go astray, no one can guide. I bear witness that there is no deity worthy of worship except Allah, and Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is His messenger and servant. When Prophet Musa was asked to go and face the people of Pharaoh, he shook. And that's exactly how I feel. And he asked for Allah's help. And I'm going to do the same. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul uqdatan min lisani yafqahu qawli. Amma ba'd. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My esteemed mothers, the director here present, our chairperson, my amiable ex-student, it is indeed my pleasure to have you all here. I'm actually privileged to be standing here, not by virtue of my position, not by virtue of my knowledge, but because ad-deen is nasiha. Why I'm here is simply to share experiences, to share concerns. And the nasiha, inshallah, is to myself first, before anyone seated here. I pray Allah guide us through this presentation, and may He benefit us with what is beneficial. Yes. Inshallah, what we hope to achieve here are this: that we create awareness about the state of our teenagers today, that we make mothers see why the need to redirect our focus and use the proper Islamic guidance, and bring to your notice why we must insist on striving for excellence. And may Allah enable us to achieve these today. Before we proceed, I want to talk about gifts, special gifts. We all love gifts, right? Do we? MashaAllah. So, and I want to find out the most special gift you have ever received. Yes. Where's the second mic? Let's hear mothers talk about the best gifts they've ever received. Yes. I'm sure we can speak out. Yes, starting from the first row by my right. Yes, going. Yes, the best gift you have ever got. The best gift you have ever received from anyone. Thank you very much. Yes.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is really, well, amazing, but the first thing that came to my mind was the best gift I have ever received is having a wonderful relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Allahu Akbar. Is somebody noting? My secretary, take note. The best gift she had ever received is having a wonderful relationship with her Creator. MashaAllah. Next. Yes, yes. Let it go. No, no, no. The mother right next to her. Yes. The best gift could be from Oga, from a colleague, anything, whatever. Okay, let's go. Go ahead, go ahead. Who wants to share? Yes.
Assalamu alaikum. Actually, I think she has mentioned what I wanted to say, but best worldly gift is a house from my elder sister here in Abuja. I think it's the best, but the most recent gift of my life is my coming closer to Allah.
Alhamdulillah.
Because I think for now I cover from head to toe.
Allahu Akbar.
I'm back in Islamia.
Allahu Akbar. Alhamdulillah. Yes. Going. Move on. The best gift you have ever received. We'll take 3 more. Best gift you have ever received.
To me, as a Muslim, I would say my first gift that I appreciate so much is for my parents. Being Muslims from Allah and giving back to me as a Muslim.
Allahu Akbar. Yes. Alhamdulillah. Okay. 2 more. The best gift you have ever received.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam.
From the best gift. Is it? The best gift I received from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is having my husband with his dedication to Islam and being, how can I say,
a supporter.
Supporter to my the training of my children.
All right.
Inshallah.
One more, one last one.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
I think the best gift from Allah, from my parents, is being able to achieve my goal of getting married. As I was born, as I was taught, as I was brought up, that I never changed until my wedding day.
Allahu Akbar. Alhamdulillah. There's something important about special gifts before I tell you my own special gift. What do we do to something special? We treasure, we cherish, right? We keep it, in fact, jealously. Now, the next slide. In my opinion, the greatest gift ever is the gift of motherhood. This invaluable gift you can't pay for. No dollar can buy. No money can buy. Not even 10 houses. The gift of a child, the gift of motherhood. We agreed that with something special you cherish, right? Whatever you cherish, what happens? It's not going to be easy. Therefore, it is a privilege from Allah to actually be trusted with the gift of a child. Being a mother is one of the greatest experiences in the life of a woman. Do you agree with me? No experience is like it. This great experience is filled with great responsibility and accountability. Because we must cherish, we must keep safe, we must treasure, and therefore, so like my sister said, I got a gift of a house from my sister. I'm sure you will never want your sister to come to that house and see it in a state that she will not like, right? So it is with this God-given gift that comes with so much responsibility, incidentally, with accountability. Next slide. This responsibility is so overwhelming. Honestly, it is so overwhelming that you don't know. Incidentally, my director said, you keep being there for the child all through life. Even when they are married, you have not given up. You are still there to guide on how to be good wives, eventually how to even be good mothers. So it's really, really overwhelming. And like we used to tell the kids, nothing good will come easy, right? Nothing that is good will come easy. And Allah tells us, just like Adam read to us today, "O you who believe," bring back that verse. "Save yourself and dependents from hellfire." The gift of the child is an amana that will come with responsibility, and accountability will follow. Just so that ultimate goal, what are we all striving for? What's the ultimate goal for us as Muslims? Getting to Jannah. Yes. And then when the Prophet ﷺ was asked, when Allah created hell, he asked Angel Jibril to look at it. And he said, when he created Jannah, he said, go and see. He said, everyone will want to be here. Then he created hell and said, no one will want to be here. Then he showed him the path to Jannah. And he showed him the path to Jahannam. Said, this path to Jannah, the way it is, nobody will go in easily. But the path to Jahannam, smoothly. And we should remember that Shaitan asked Allah for respite. And Allah gave it. And he swore that he is going to come to us from all sides. Front, back, right, left. May Allah protect us against him. Abu Huraira reported. Now we want to talk about this special gift. What is the nature of this child? Every child is born on fitra, natural instincts, innocent. Then we begin to manipulate. Like we see in the hadith, it is his parents who makes him a Jew, a Christian, a Magian, till the end of the verse. What that hadith is telling us is that our children are born innocent, and we make them what we want to see in them. What do you So what should be our focus? Now that we know that this child is innocent, that it is in our hands to begin to mold, to begin to shape. So what is our focus? What is our guide? The interesting thing about Islam, alhamdulillah, that we are Muslims, is that there is no aspect of our life that we were left unguided. None, absolutely. Every mother seated here wants the child to be successful, right? We want our child equally to be righteous. For every child that came into this school, we went through the application form. And there is this aspect in the form. Why did you choose Great Heights Academy? I can swear by Allah that every parent stated because of Islamic orientation. Everyone. That means we expect something different, right? Now, they are now here with us. It's very easy We want our children to be doctors, engineers, yes, the academics. A lot of us want them to graduate with A's, go to the best universities. And then we said, for us as a school, what we want to achieve is preparing them for both worlds. Honestly, it's very easy to be successful. Having straight A's, getting to the best university, here in Nigeria or outside. But the challenge we are left with is whether we have prepared them to be righteous, to be good Muslims, to be ambassadors of Islam anywhere they go to. That is where the challenge is. Go ahead. Now, what helps us determine this? What have we done? What is our intention? We saw that, yes, we want good children, we want pious Muslims. We all agreed earlier that nothing that is good will come without the type of effort that should go into it. Therefore, why are we here? Why are we worried? I just felt I should bring to the notice of mothers that there's something we often miss out. That's why there's need to talk about this. For every opportunity I have to talk to mothers, I will advise that you understand basic characteristics or the psychology of your child. What are those things that the child exhibits at certain stage in his or her life? I always encourage mothers to understand this so that when such behaviors are being put up, you already know that, okay, this is what to expect, this is how I will die. Now, this is where I'm going to. Between ages 0 and 5, as the child is growing up to this first stage, habits are being formed. That is why it is called habit building years. Between age 5 and 10, they are very receptive to learning. And that is why we always want to catch them young. But do you know what? Wallahi, that is where we miss it. That is where we often miss it. Within this period, we say, Yarani. They don't have to wear caps. Don't bother if they wear jeans. When he said, shake it, he said, Ayaro. We miss it. This stage in the life of a child is very, very critical. Whatever you instill and they get used to up till age 10, I bet you, if you are not relenting in your prayers, you are still continuing with the efforts, that child will turn out to be what you want when we get there. Our focus in the secondary section is on the last stage. Unfortunately, by the time they come to us, they are already there. They are already there. We are now receiving young girls that think they are adults or semi-adults. They should be left to take decisions. Yes, that is the stage. When you are hard, they become rebellious. But if we have taken care of this period properly, even if the challenges will be there, we will say this is trial from Allah because you can't have it all. But in all honesty, we need to pay attention. We have already received some, but no hope is lost because others are coming up. at this stage, this is when you instill values that you want to become part of your daughters later in life, by the time they come here. You know, many of you don't know your daughters. You don't know them. When we have issues and we invite mothers to say, you know your child is, he said, no, I'm surprised at this. Because this is at home, doesn't go out, doesn't do this. In fact, the person must have been influenced by a peer. Agree? But as a school, we are also concerned about that peer. That peer also came from a home. So what we're saying here is, if we do what we're supposed to do as mothers, we will not have those peers that will form negative influence to others. Are we together? Are we together? Good. As a school, earlier on I said we decided that we anchor this ourselves, so we share experiences. Looking at everything, I've been in this institution for 12 years. I should be able to write a book about our students. We have come to declare, go back. Declare, go ahead. No, ahead. Go back one step. Yes. We have worries that I have explained earlier. Like I said, the adolescent stage is the one that is very, very critical to us because we receive them at that stage. And you'll agree with me that the task of bringing them up is not an easy one. In fact, many homes are now anxious to send them to us. Yes. Once they are, I can be wahala, let's go to the boarding school. No problem, as long as you support us to achieve that training. We don't have any problem receiving them. We are worried that we have lost values. Values, respect, especially, we have lost. Not because we don't remind them. If you look through our program of activities, every day it's all about reminders. Why are we not yielding the type of results that we desire? What's happening? We just watch and say it is Zamani. Say, as a school, we have declared a state of emergency, and that is why we have called you. When I say state of emergency, I mean it. It actually makes our hearts bleed when we look at Muslim children who are the custodians or should be the custodians of best behavior, best practices, hold best values, are now the ones that we look at and shake. And therefore surprise our emergency class is respect. Earlier on I said it's not like we don't teach them what we should teach them. But why is it that the students now walk and rub shoulders with me despite everything? Even when you walk in front of the principal's office, yes, they know we say vernacular speaking is against school rules. When they get to the front of my office, they begin to speak vernacular. Yes. In those days, we feel honored that you see your teacher and you are taking her hand. Not to talk of the principal. I'm sure some of you in your hearts will say, even me who do not like Allah in His wisdom created us and knows what is best for us. In His design, He decided that this is an instruction. And we say it is a cake. It's old-fashioned. It happened 1400 years ago. This about whatever is in the book of Allah. You know, when we watch shortcut, my students will ask me, okay, auntie, what if I wear my? I said, excellent. Now you answer my question. What are the basic characteristics of Islamic dress code? They'll say, it should not be tight. I said, 1. It should not bring out your shape. I said, 2. It should not be transparent. I said, nice. It should not look like the dressing of unbelievers. I said, yes. It should not look like the dressing of men. I said, good. So, what you are wearing, does this fulfill all these conditions? You don't have to wear anyone like this one. No. If you are sure that anytime you dress, you stand in front of the mirror and say, is this transparent? Is it tight? Is it very attractive? Does it bring out my curves? Once you are able to answer these questions, whatever it is you are wearing, you have fulfilled Islamic dress code and you can go ahead. If one is missing, the chikaba is not complete, may Allah make it easy for us. Talking about immodesty, I don't know. I don't know how you feel, but it makes me cry. It hurts me that Muslim children now go about half naked. George Okoro is making his millions from Muslim children. Quote me. And we post it to the world. I saw pictures of my ex-students with heavy hearts. Not because we didn't tell them what they should know. Modeling for George Okoro. I don't want to bring pictures again here. We did the last time. But it's not like it has stopped. These children go wrong homes. And another question that may follow this is that the mothers don't know if your daughter is your friend, if you know her, you monitor her, there is nothing that she will not talk to you about. Another person will not help you advise you. One of such accidents came to the school when we saw the picture. She came to sign a document, and I felt I was responsible, or I had a teachable moment. And I said to her, are you aware that this picture of yours is all over the world? She said, I said, they attended, is it from, they call it. And one of these girls is the only daughter of her mother. The mother swore to us that she hardly leaves the house. The way she trained her is such that she doesn't have time for such. And I said, who taught her? When we saw her in evening gown, you know what it looks like, right? Without any cover. With a non-mahram. 4 of them on a table. 2 boys. Yes. You will take her for a Felicia. They are ex-students of Great Heights Academy. Where did we go wrong? When this ex-student came to school, I said, when you were leaving home, who saw you go out? Did you go out like this? I show her the picture in my phone. She said, hey, that when she was going out, she wore something. Her auntie knew she was going out, but she wore something on top. And I said, fear Allah. But what we are saying is that the children are now very, very smart. That you have to take a step ahead. They are no longer as innocent as you think they are. If you are not doing enough, you have to buckle up. A lot of things are happening, and wallahi, we will stand before Allah to account. That is our concern. Are we ready to stand before Allah to say, I have done my best? A lot of things that happen actually happen as a result of our negligence, as a result of our carelessness. Go on. Stop. Remember, these are our emergencies. Talking about immodesty. Pencil is now the thing in vogue. Shaitan, he will not leave us. You know, even the hijabs. We all know that hijabs should not be transparent, should be plain, should not be too attractive. We all know, everyone. And even when you make a move, I'm sure after this presentation, some people will say, I have to be more conscious. But because you are trying to move from one level to the other, you go to the market, the flowered hijabs are there. In fact, they shape the hijabs now. Even the abayas that should be loose. The devil will tell you, okay, this one wants to take a step. He wants to wear hijab. These hijabs have to be very attractive so that it will appeal to her. Yes, we go for the flowered ones. The abaya you want to wear so that it will be loose and fulfill that condition of not being tight on you. They now shape that as well. As if that is not enough. They now put stones and embroidery from head to toe. And except Allah helps us and help our iman, you feel somehow. You feel clumsy. You feel outdated. You feel you cannot be in the midst of everyone. Who says that? It is honestly in the mind. It is in the mind. I have come to realize that. With all sense of humility. When I had the opportunity to travel to US, and I was to take my son to school, everybody was like, hey, are you going like this? In fact, before you go for visa, the threat of CO, they will not allow you to cover your head. You will not do this when you go for the visa interview. Wallahi, I went for the interview, covered the way I am. I attended the interview and I got the visa. When it was time to go, one of my friends called me from Lagos. He said, now don't embarrass yourself. When you are going, get shorter hijabs and all that. And you know now, the human in you, I was like, hey, maybe I should not go. Maybe I should not go, somebody else should go. And when it became obvious that no one could go and I have to go, I said, Ya Allah, help me. I got hold of my askar. When you are entering a town, a new town, there's askar. That you get favors, right? Yes. I was very mindful every step I go. To cut the long story short, I went to US. Wallahi azim, the way I'm looking. I was there for 2 weeks, and there's nowhere I had the opportunity of entering that I did not enter. I went with my son to school. I attended the orientation. Do you know the interesting thing? I was sitting down and somebody came and admired me. He said, where are you from? I like your attire. That is not enough. I was at Walmart. We all know Walmart. Many of you have traveled. Somebody approached me, hugged me. You must be from a religious organization. I said, yes. He said, I like the way you look. That is not enough. In the hotel where we put up, an 80-year-old woman, we normally meet at the staircase, and I just smile and we pass. And one morning, she just said to me, I like you. What am I trying to say? It is in the mind. I went, I spent. That is not to say I didn't encounter security checks. Of course. As soon as you get there, you are a Muslim. Of what comes to mind is terrorism and all that. I I know I'm not a terrorist. I know I have a mission. I know I didn't mean any harm. Above all, I know Allah is with me. I surrender. As in fact, before you say I remove my shoes because they will extra check from head to toe, I smile all through. I smile all through. But I stayed like that, and I spent time like that, and I came back the way. I didn't change my mode of dressing. The first time, and when I had to go back again to visit my son, the same thing happened. And here I am, alhamdulillah. What am I trying to say? If we believe in Allah, and we accept the commandments of Allah, we strive to follow these commandments. If you do, Allah will make it easy for you. He told us, Fazkuruni azkurkum. Remember me, and I will remember you. May Allah make it easy for us. Low grades, so much about immodesty. Let's strive. It is clear. We are not left unguided. Everything, Islam did not leave anything untouched. So let's strive to understand, let's strive to follow, and may Allah assist us. Part of our emergencies, low grades, underperformance. Some of you were at the last PTA meeting, and it's always about bashing the school, about the school not doing what we should do to make all the students have A's. And we have said, if we will be the only school that will remain on the path of goodness by not assisting our students to make A's, then we will be there. We will remain there. We are very proud to say that whatever C's we have, the girls worked for the C's. If they have A's, honestly, they worked for the A's, and even our D grade students will go out there and perform like A students. I'm sure some old ex-parents will have testimonies to give, given the opportunity. We will remain on that path. What bothers us, however, is the fact that majority of our girls are so relaxed, so relaxed. There's as if there's nothing at stake. We are very comfortable. We are coming from comfortable homes. In fact, they tell us that even if they don't make good grades, private universities will take them. They say this to us. There's nothing to push them. Now, why we are talking about this is the fact that we want mothers to realize that we have a mission as Muslims. It's not only about our individual daughters making good grades, it's about our daughters representing Muslims and Muslim girls. What image are you ready to project about Islam? Do you see it? You know, we do, in my capacity as a principal, I'm also a counselor. So we do career counseling. And some of them will come to you and say, I want to be a computer analyst. And my first question will always be, why? Why? Somebody said to me, I have never thought I should consider my dean when I choose career. Yes. She said, Auntie, I have never thought of that, but I will from today. Because all we want is a successful child. Yes. Who will become a doctor, an engineer, a manager, a director, and that. It's good to have that. But the point I'm trying to make is, the girls no longer see the need to work hard. You have given them everything. A parent told us, I'm building a hospital for somebody who has not met the requirement to be in the science class. So the hospital is there. Yes. When you finish, so there's a company you just join. They don't see the need. What I'm asking for is that let them know that it's not all about even getting fixed somewhere. It's about Helping Islam is about being a good ambassador, is about filling a gap, is about showing that Muslims can also do it. Without talking too much about that, I'll come to that later because that issue is very close to our hearts. And why you must support us to make them see that they have a gap to fill. We go to the hospitals, we are worried that we are checked by male gynecologists. What have we done? We'll come back to that, inshallah. Materialism. In the course of my discussion, I mentioned one or two. In fact, some people are already shaking their heads. We know it's a problem, right? A big one. So it means you have made my job in that regard easy. We all agree that we have a problem with materialism. Negative attitude. Now, in fact, as educators, as teachers, at times your heart will pound before you approach or say something to those that are under you. And we actually pause to ask ourselves, what is it that we are not doing correctly? Why is it that? Let me tell you, we often conclude that, anyway, that's how they were brought up, to tell you the truth. The attitude we see is nothing to write home about. I'm not saying every child here, but we are concerned that it's becoming a trend, negative attitude. And we have therefore made it as part of our emergencies, and we want mothers to note, we can't do this alone. We had a disciplinary issue, and the parent asked us, after all, how many months does the child spend at home? That we should calculate how many months the child spent in school and how many months the child spends at home. And therefore, the school should be held responsible for any negative behavior. Do you agree? We are in it together, right? Okay, go ahead. Now, these are why we think we have crisis. We don't have standards for respect. We do respect to everyone here. In some homes, there is nothing to show that as an elder, this child down there should do this. Nothing. That is why we had a program, and about 70-year-old driver brought in part of what they will use for the drama. The child in primary 4 was coming behind this about 70-year-old man. Yes. And was carrying, it was a scooter they call it, right? He was carrying. The elderly man was carrying it, and this boy was... As far as the child is concerned, this man is our employee and therefore does not deserve any respect. Yes, mothers don't even teach their children to hold their bags when they are coming. So how do I expect that child to take my bag? At times I'll carry one bag, one leather bag, and my handbag and something else, my students will walk past me. You know, I have the urge to actually not let them feel they're so important that I really needed the help. But because I have that responsibility of enjoining what is right and forbidding what is wrong, I said, come. It's not because I can't carry this thing, but courtesy demands that you should do this. This is also missing. We don't do it at home. We don't teach them to do that. And therefore, they are not used to it. And when we get to that rebellious stage, they now see it as being hard on them. Are we together? When we treat our children disrespectfully as well, they get used to being disrespectful. Children may never be good at listening to adults, but they never fail to imitate them. Do you agree with me? When you are the shouting type, the mother, you shout, you insult, then ubanka, shege, what does the child get used to? The same attitude. And that is why, in the hostel, you hear them, then ubanki, then shege, iska, and stuff like that. Yes. These things don't just happen. And they didn't learn them overnight. Some mothers spend so much time trying to instill the right behavior. Yes, some others don't and don't care. And then your child cannot grow in isolation. Like I said earlier, we are actually concerned about those peers that may influence. So, we need a lot of work to do. The decline in civility. I spoke about being courtesy earlier. No courtesy, right? And that's that. Use of abusive language. I've spoken about that as well. Proper role models. The chairperson spoke about walking the walk and not talking the talk. Whatever you want to see in your child, be that thing. Yes. Because you are the best teacher, the first teacher. We don't monitor, including, in fact, everyone, including the speaker, is guilty. How much monitoring do we do? By 7:30, some of us are out of the home. We get back when it is about 4:30, 5, 6 at times. You are tired already. The child had gone to Islamia. We come back about 6 as well. The child is equally tired. Even if you manage to ask about assignments, that's for the younger ones. You don't have time to pay attention. That close monitoring that they want. For the junior ones, those that come from home, what about those that come on holiday? What do we do with them? Do you know they reveal to us how scared they are to talk to you? Yes. How many mothers can beat their chests and say, my daughter is my friend? Some of us are shy. As mothers, I discussed with a mother in my office and he said, because she hadn't discussed menstruation with her daughter. Because of that, we have made it a policy that as soon as they come in first term, JS1, JNC is here, menstruation is part of the guidance counseling topics because you shy away from that. If you don't teach them, others will teach them. The fear is don't allow the wrong people to teach them. A lot of them have issues they want to talk to you about. I bet you. You have not given them the opportunity. They want to talk to you. They want you to be their friends. But they are so afraid of talking to you. So, who do you leave their guidance for? The school? It takes a lot of doing to have them open up to us about personal issues. In fact, we have to do a lot to win their confidence and assure them that we are mothers as well. That gap you have to fill. The parenting skills will not be complete if you don't have communication skills as well. So take a step and make your daughters your friends. Display of materialism, everybody concord. The children of this, that, I don't wear this, you create a lot of problems for them. This one belongs to a class, that one is down there, so we don't associate with this. You must have this, and because you are like this, a whole lot of issues on materialism. May Allah guide us. Family instability continue to be one big problem militating against the tarbiyah of our children. At times, we are forced to become marriage counselors as well, right? Just because we want to keep the girls as sane as possible. Alhamdulillah, at times we succeed, at times it is tough, and it is very hard on the child. Upon resumption, one of the girls said, I didn't see my mother throughout the holiday, and nobody told me what happened. All I was told was she traveled. She didn't call us. She never came back. Yes, nobody explained. And they have to contend with this. Even when you have issues, remember that the impact is directly on the children. When they come back to school, they are withdrawn. It affects their self-esteem, and invariably, it will affect their performance. Go ahead. What should we do? This list is not exhaustive. Make courtesy our priority. We treat children with respect. We tell and show them how to respect. We don't tolerate any form of rudeness. When your daughter shouts at your house help and instantly you said, what nonsense, that is not acceptable. Will she do it again? Even when she meets somebody who is not house help, what happens? She will accord respect. So we must make conscious effort to instill respect. We make sure that our children are equally surrounded by respectful people, and mothers must have good role models around their children. We must listen and we must understand the feelings of our daughters. This I've said earlier. Go ahead. Now, you know earlier I said I'm going to come back to the issue of underperformance. Why are we not doing well? Why are we not doing well? Why don't our children bother whether they fail or not? The teachers will be begging them to have extra lessons. What we have not done is to break the head and put the stuff. Yet, they come at will, they feel as if everything is just, lessons are going on, they are writing songs, doing all sorts. I'm not just saying this. So we wonder, do they even realize what is ahead? Do they even know that it's not just about them, it's about Islam, it's about Muslims? And I said, at this forum, I'm going to share with mothers. So they will see what I'm saying, and probably we will push together. That this is not just about individuals, that there are more uneducated children among Nigerian Muslims compared to non-Muslim children. That in Nigeria, 60 to 62% of out-of-school children are girls. Of the world's nearly 1 billion illiterate adults, 2/3 are women, and 2/3 of the over 130 million children worldwide who are not in school are girls. What does this mean to us? The unfortunate thing, the bulk of the groups, every category we have mentioned, they are girls. They are Muslim girls. They are Muslim girls. When I talked to the girls, I said, you see, you should understand that you have a mission as a Muslim girl. Here, what do I do so these statistics change? What do I do so that the existing wrong impression about Muslim and Muslim women change? We are the custodian of knowledge. What are we doing? Education is a right to every Muslim girl or boy. It is therefore sad that despite this state, Those who are privileged to be in school, like ours, still don't realize why they are here. They don't take studies serious. They are distracted. Instagram. We said so much about social media and your daughter at the last conference. You will agree with me that it has become the greatest fitna of the 21st century. What are we doing? We don't even understand the gadgets we buy for them. We don't know them. And we don't understand the extent they could go with the gadgets. All we want is, what's the latest? iPhone 5 or 6 or 7, fine. Is that friend of ours has, and therefore she should have too. What she does with that is entirely not our business. It should begin to be our business. We are not condemning technology completely. There's so much good about technology. But we want you to understand and therefore give proper direction, give proper support, and help them to use technology positively. You can't do that if you don't understand that as well. So let them teach you. What is it about this? Before you condemn, you take time to ask, okay, what do you achieve with this? How do you use this? Good. But don't you think if you do it this way, it's better? We have a lot of counseling to do. You have a lot of pampering to do to get the best in them. Yes. Remember, this is a rebellious stage. This is a stage they want to be left alone. You know, I attended the hostel assembly one day and I said, I know how you feel. You feel at this stage you can take decisions for yourself. You know, I was just telling them everything I know about this stage. They said, Auntie, how do you know that? I said, I was once there. So we need to understand. If not, we will be fighting at all times. Where we need to be firm, we will be firm. Where we need to yield, we will yield. But above all, whatever love we show, let it be such that in the long run, there is benefit in this world, and inshallah, there will be benefit in the hereafter. So, I've been doing all the talking. And therefore, I should take water and then allow mothers to talk. Like I said, my list of what I think should be solution to our problem is actually not exhaustive. And therefore, I'm sure there are some other contributions that could come in, and then we will all benefit from it. Going. Yes.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wa halul 'uqdatan min lisani yafqahu qawli. Assalamu alaikum, sisters in Islam. As the lecture was going on, I just saw the deliverer talking to myself. She was talking to somebody like me, standing here. And I believe most of us parents here are guilty of what we have just seen. Alhamdulillah, for me, great heights is where I brought my child to be brought up apart from home in an Islamic way. And I think the basic thing that is missing here is knowledge, ignorance. Most of the things we have just had here, I believe most of us parents are ignorant of how to even go about it in the religious way. Because if we are learned Islamically, and then we do what is expected of us, just like the lecturer said, Qawlun wa amal. You say and you act. You say and you act. And I tell you, we cannot achieve this until and unless we go back to our Islamic. From the first day I went back to Islamia, I was just seeing myself as somebody that was not even brought up that didn't know what Islam was all about.
Allahu Akbar.
Yes, because you learn every day. You cannot know everything. And then we have left the basics. It is only in Islamia that you hear what we have just heard now. This, what we have heard, is not enough. I want this to continue, but there's no time. First of all, most of us came in here late. We have wasted 1 hour to discuss the issues that are most important in our lives and in the lives of our children. We have to correct. We have to be our children's role model. My daughter was going to ABU. I didn't know how to tell her to cover up properly because I was not doing that. I tell you, that is one of the main reasons that made me to start covering up from my head. Oh, it did not. Yes.
The intention is there. May Allah make it easier.
Yeah, sorry, there's no time, but I just saw myself standing in front of as guilty as what they have just said. Not all, inshallah, but most of the things that were mentioned here, there are things that I'm guilty about. When I started going to Islamia, I will carry my abaya in my car and carry my small little shaitanic veil. Yes! When I get to Islamia, I will put on the abaya. Immediately I leave Islamia, I will drop the abaya in the car. And then, but I kept on asking myself, how long? And is it that I'm covering because of my madam so that he does not complain? No, I should do this because of God. And to crown it all, when my daughter was leaving for the university, how do I tell her, don't dress like the Jahiliyatul Ula? It is in the Quran. Don't dress like those Jahilis of the past. Understand? So I had to start doing that. And then when she was leaving, I told her, please, Muslim, I said, try to that differentiates you between that differentiates between a Muslim and a non-Muslim. She said, but I used to come and I said, this you people put, it's not the proper coverage. I to Islamia. Now I'm covering properly. At least I can show her example from myself. You don't have the moral right to correct what you don't practice, my dear parents. So we all have to put our hands on deck. We are dumping what we have spoiled at home to these people, and I want to thank them. Jihadi is a jihad. It has gone so bad that I have been crying within me. This thing is exactly what, and dear parents, we have to change and be our children's role model. Assalamu alaikum.
Jazakillahu khair. Now that she has, there's so much fitna out there, and the home must be a place where Allah is remembered and obeyed. We have said about how mothers must walk the walk and don't talk the talk. We must also help children to live their lives seeking the pleasure of Allah in everything that they do. Mothers must remind their children about accountability. We are so relaxed about this. Our children really don't know that they are accountable for their deeds. You know, I don't fail to mention to them on the assembly ground that for us as Muslims, once you start menstruating as a girl, you are an adult. So it's either you are a child or you are an adult. And as an adult, you are accountable for your deeds. We always take it for granted. At 10, they are already menstruating, and they still don't understand that from this moment, your whatever good or bad that you will do or you have done will be recorded, and it will be there waiting for you. So as mothers, we must remind our children about accountability, and then emphasizing to them that they should go, when we go back to Allah, we should go hoping for Jannah, inshallah. Yes. Go ahead. I didn't talk about why we chose this conference theme, raising the child with deen and dunya. Most of us know the mission statement of the school, that we are preparing the children and especially the girl child for life in this world and the hereafter. What that meant is that we must make the children realize that we are on a journey, as we were told. The Prophet told us we are on a journey. And whatever we do here is preparing us for the hereafter. How conscious are we? How conscious? In fact, we are so carefree that we hardly remember that we could drop dead any moment. I don't fail to tell children, no matter how small they are. You know, we don't say, God forbid, that a child dies. Because we know that a child can die, an adult can die. It's not compulsory that you must attain 80, 90 years before you die. And therefore, children should understand that they could drop dead at any time. And the question is, are we ready to meet Allah? Are we ready to meet Allah? Are they ready to meet Allah? If you should drop dead, what will you want people to hear that you were doing when you died? Some people die in sujud. May Allah give us a good ending. Some people die while they are clubbing, right? Or committing very big sin. So if we consciously remind them that we are accountable for our deeds, we will die, therefore we should strive to do good at all times. I tell them on the assembly ground that the beauty of Islam is that anything good that you do, any right thing, is an ibadah. Is an ibadah, is an act of worship. Islam is not about only salah, only performing hajj, only fasting. I smile at you, I am rewarded. That is ibadah. I remove something that will harm you, I am rewarded. I pray for you quietly when you don't know. It's ibadah. So how much time do we take to discuss deen with our children? And we don't leave the teachings of the religion to Islamiyas and schools. Why did we bring them here? That's what we often hear. Why did we bring them here? You will account first before Great Heights Academy. For sure, they are an amana for us, and we pray that we will justify your reasons for bringing them here. But that will not remove what Allah told us. O you who believe, protect yourselves and your dependents from hellfire, whose fuel is stones and man. Do we remind our daughters about this? If we do, every step they take, like I said, because every good thing is ibadah. Even when they talk politely to their teachers, they know that they are being rewarded because Allah commands respect. The ultimate goal is Jannah, I've said that, and that the best gift a parent can give his child is a beautiful mind that thinks and acts in the way of Allah. That I have just explained. So let's strive for this ultimate goal. It is not what we live, like the director told us, not what we live for them, it is what we live in them. The great comfort is that parents will be rewarded for the efforts, because in all honesty, you could make the efforts, you will do your best, and you will still be tried. So our chairperson told us a very important tool that we should not miss, and that is the tool of dua. Ad-dua sayful mu'minin. When you pray and you make the right efforts, inshallah, it will translate into the desired result. Therefore, let us know that when we make efforts, when we guide and we pray, we are rewarded. Even if they turn out not the way we want exactly, you will be consoled that I have done my very best. What we are saying is that do that very best. Don't leave it for the school alone. Don't leave it for the Islamia teacher alone. And inshallah, you will be rewarded. We pray that we are able to be worthy teachers for our children who will carry this noble religion on. May Allah help us. May Allah assist us. May Allah make us the type of role models that we should be for our mothers. And may He bless our children. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Takbir. Another one, please. Inshallah, we'll be calling on our next presenter in the person of Salamatu Yusuf.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I am honored to stand in front of you, my parents, today to share with you my experience in Great Heights Academy while I was still there and how it impacted my university days. I remembered how I felt when I was in Great Heights Academy. I remembered it was a very tough, boring, and somewhat interesting experience for me. But yet now I believe it's the best decision my parents made about me. This is because I gained some values here that helped me in my university days. Some of the values let me tell you all about the things, the duties and everything we had to do in Great Heights that I felt was really wrong, and I never understood the importance. I never understood why we had to do that. First of all, I never understood why my parents would have to bring me to a boarding school at my age. I felt I was too young. And I asked my mom, why would you bring me to a boarding school now? And she kept on telling me, I want to bring you to a boarding school because I want you to be independent. I want you to be able to stand up for yourself. I want you to be able to take care of yourself when I'm not there someday to take care of you. And then we had the morning duties. I just couldn't understand why we had all the cleaners and everyone, but we still had to wash toilets. We still had to wash plates as punishment. We still had to sweep our classes and our rooms and mop. And yes, the school would pay cleaners to do that again. Why would the school do that? I didn't know that they were trying to discipline us. They were trying to make us grow up as good Muslims, good Muslim women. So the next one is social nights. My first 3 years in Great Heights Academy, I wasn't really concerned about the social nights because I never heard about them. But when I got to SS1, other students from other schools came, from New Horizons, from different schools, and I remember them telling us about the social nights, the bonfire nights, and I was like, why would Great Heights not do that? Why did they keep us away from that? Why wouldn't they let us have fun? I didn't know that they were trying as much as possible to open our eyes to see that all of these things are not really important. This is not why we are here. This is not why we are serving God. That's not the aim. But I didn't understand that. And then they came up with something else again, that we cannot come with the amount of milk we want and the amount of Milo we want. We can only come with 2 small things of milk or 1 medium-sized one. I was confused. I was like, is it their money? Our parents are buying it for them. Yes, and when I was in SS2, they stopped it. That time, SS2, they stopped it, and I was wondering why, but they were trying as much as possible to stop stealing because it was making students to steal. So they stopped it. But I didn't understand that. Still, I thought they were just trying to frustrate us. But all of these things, when I went back to university, that was when I understood that these things, what they did, it really helped. I met students who went to usual secular schools that weren't just girls' schools or Islamic schools, and I found out that they were actually struggling a little. They were trying to go with the crowd. We had pocket money here in Great Heights, and the highest amount your parents can deposit for you at that time, I don't know about now, was 5,000, I think. And when I was in class one, we had weekly we spent 200 naira. Then, because I was too young, I was a child, I didn't mind, I wasn't bothered. When I went to SS1, it increased to 500 naira, and I felt that is too little. And then the school was like, the parents cannot give us money, we cannot come with extra money, and I still did not understand that. When I went to uni, I understood that they were trying to make us understand that in life you can't have everything, and whatever you have, you need to manage it. You need to try to be disciplined, and that really helped me a lot. Some of my colleagues, my classmates in the university, they would buy all the new phones, all the latest designer clothes, and then they will end up broke. They will end up feeding on Indomie. Even the Indomie they won't have, and they will end up begging. And I felt, why would they do that to themselves? But because I had that discipline in me already from Great Heights Academy, I never had that problem. I never had that challenge. It wasn't just me. I had my friend, I call her my best friend, Fatima. We've been in just one together, and we went to the same school, and she never had that problem too, because it was instilled in us right from the start. And then we have, there are 3 points I would like to discuss also that were very, very important in my university days. The first one is Allah's consciousness. This is the aim of Great Heights Academy. They want to make all the students be conscious of Allah, grow up in the way of Allah, be ambassadors of Islam. I remember the principal and the director always telling us while going on holidays to be the ambassadors of Islam. I remember that clearly, right there at the assembly ground. She always says that before we go home on breaks. We had MSS, we had the morning to us, we had supplications we made after every farilas, every salah, and then we had moral instructions every Friday. We took that carelessly. We never really bring ourselves to understand all of this. We just did it because we were told to do it, because we thought we had to do it. But after we left Great Heights, I found out that this is, I don't know how to put it, but it made me feel like being in Great Heights Academy was one of the best things that happened to my life, because I know I am upright. Inshallah, I am upright. And this is because of my stay in Great Heights Academy. And not just Great Heights Academy, also my mom. My mom is very, very strict. She constantly monitored me. I didn't understand why, but she monitored me. While I was in the university, I remembered one incident that I called her. She called me. It was on Eid. And usually in Dubai, during the Salalaya, they always organize barbecues and things like that. And I told her that I was going there. I remembered her telling me that I should call her and tell her when I come back so that she would know the time I got back. And I had to do that. But then I felt, what if I had lied to her? She wouldn't have known. But because I had Allah's consciousness, I couldn't lie to her. I just couldn't bring myself to do that. And then hijab. When I came here from primary school, I wasn't covering up well. I didn't think any of it. But then we had to wear hijab all the time. You cannot leave the hostel without wearing hijab. And when you come to visit in school, they're always conscious about the way you dress. So you have to dress well. And then I got used to that. Even when I was in university, I didn't really wear hijab, but I wore abayas. And I never left the house or my room. I never went to class without wearing a headscarf. Never. I never wore long short sleeve dress or spaghetti tops or skirts. Never. Because I wasn't used to that life at all. And about the hijab, I know that hijab, people say hijab is in the heart, but it's also in the appearance. And I remembered that I've never been to a club before. and I had friends who have been there. I was living in the hostel, and I know every Friday and Saturday they all dress up to go to the clubs, and I felt like I wanted to see for myself. I wanted to know how it feels. I wanted to see the inside of a club. And so I decided, why not I follow them? Because they keep asking, why don't you go with us? Why don't you go with us? And I just keep saying, I'm not interested because I'm not used to all this social lifestyle. And then one day I decided, okay, let me just go and see how it looks and what it looks like and why is everyone so crazy about going to the club. And then I picked my scarf and I was going to follow them, and they told me, no, I can't get into the club when I'm covering my ears. I cannot do that. I have to leave my hair open and I have to wear skimpy clothes. And I have never, aside from when I was in primary school, but I have never walked out of my house without wearing a scarf. And because of that, I decided not to go. And that actually helped, because if I had gone, I would have removed my scarf and I would have gone, and that would have been the beginning of me going to the clubs and parties, and stuff. And then there's discipline. I do not like discipline. Every child do not like that. We were forced to be disciplined here. Not coming with provisions, not, especially the WAEC incidents. I remember all my friends saying, they have friends from other schools, and the school helped them to get expos, and so that they can get A's, and Great Heights does not want to do that. Do they want us to fail? Don't they like us? Don't they want their name to be everywhere? Don't they want their students to excel? But we didn't understand that they were trying to make us upright. They were trying as much as possible to make us work hard and honest. Yes, honest. So we wrote our WAEC ourselves. No one helped us. We didn't get any expo. And when I went to the university, that helped a lot because I never relented. I didn't just relax and say, no, I'll cheat, or no, I'll get expo or anything. That made me work hard because I'm used to working hard already. So I worked hard on that. And then time consciousness. We woke up at 5 a.m., before 5 a.m., 4 a.m. It used to be 3 a.m. and then students complained and parents decided complain to the authorities, and they decided to bring it down to 4 a.m. And we woke up then to get dressed, to pray, so we can pray on time and then leave the hostel on time. I thought that was too harsh. How can a JS1 student wake up at 4 a.m. just to get dressed for school? That didn't make sense at all. But then when I went back to university, I thought I wouldn't be able to wake up and go to class without anyone waking me up. I honestly thought I couldn't do that. But I was doing that myself. Not only doing that to myself, but I was helping others too. I was waking people up to make them go to class because I was used to that lifestyle right from, it was instilled in me. So I gained a lot from being in Great Heights Academy, but Great Heights cannot do it alone. We need our parents, we need our mothers to help us. Because I used to cry all the time that I don't know why my mom is this strict. Everyone's mom is just really nice, cool, but my mom is so strict, and it would make me cry, and I didn't understand whatever rule Great Heights would put in place. My mom would make me follow it. She would make me adhere to it, and I didn't understand why. I used to tell everyone that this year I wouldn't come back to Great Heights, but yet I'll be the first person to resume. So I didn't understand that then, but I understand that now. Our mothers need to support Great Heights Academy. They can't do it alone. All the rules in place, everything we do here, once we go back home, we stop it. You need to force us to continue so that it will be part of us. You need to enforce that. That tough love, we really need it. I didn't want that, but I want it now, and inshallah, I'll give that to my daughter one day. Inshallah. Inshallah. In a nutshell, all I want my mothers here to grasp is that you need to support Great Heights Academy. We need your assistance. Us, your daughters, we need your assistance. We need you to control us. We do not mind us now. Do not mind all the teenagers now, because I'm way past that age now. Do not mind the teenagers now when they say they don't want your control, you're too controlling and all. Yes, you're old school. Do not mind them. One day they will thank you for that, and they would understand that now. One day. I really do understand that now. I am so glad and I am proud to be an ex-student here. Honestly, I can honestly stand here and tell you that Great Heights Academy served as a reinforcement towards the building of my character and personality. I know that wherever I go, inshallah, I'll be an ambassador of Islam. Inshallah, I will be that. I don't wear the proper hijab now, but inshallah, one day I will. Inshallah, that's a goal, that's an aim. Thank you very much.
At this point in time, we're going to have our interactive session, questions and answers. Answered. Now is the time. Please let the microphone go round.
First, Jazakallah Khair to the presenter, Hajia Hussaina. As she was presenting her paper, I saw myself as a child here. For some of us, it's very painful because we're working mothers. When you go to work, you see it blatantly. First, you're a Muslim, you are seen as an idiot. You don't know what you are doing first. Yes. Even if you know, you are not supposed to know. And then there will be many impediments that will be put on your way to see that you don't succeed. Sometimes from our Muslim men, I keep referring to the men, especially from our Muslim men, and also from the world outside. The first day I reported to work, when I was sent to my department, I was employed on grade level 10. I think I've said this story here. The first thing that head of department told me is, INEC, they are just recruiting people. Look at this one, level 10. Madam, what's your qualification? And I said, MA Literature. You, MA, which university? I said, Usman Danfodio University. So she said, oh, no wonder. I think there was a time they wrote on stereotypes. Farouk Beroji wrote on stereotypes. In their daily trust, I wrote something like that, on it too. Now that's somebody, she's from the north. She finished from BUK. But because probably I had the veil on, I'm not supposed to know. I'm not supposed to have earned a degree in the first place. I'm not supposed to be employed at a higher cadre. These are the realities that our children will meet. The first time they saw me using the system, there's a male officer in the office. Son, don't touch it, don't touch it. They're going to... I looked at him and I said, at least I think I should invite you to my house because my 6-year-old has a computer system to his cell in the room. It is as bad as that. So when our children look at us, we say our children don't want to wake up. Most times we don't wake up. 11 o'clock we are still sleeping. House help will come. Most of us are guilty of it. When you don't work, when you don't mop, when you don't do anything, that is the life you are telling your child to live. We need, for me, what I've taken out here is that we need to have a lot of such fora. For some of us that have money and the means, we need to start creating activities that we can take our children to. That they can talk about their deen, they can see the religion in the light that being a Muslim is not being backward. Or that being a Muslim does not mean you don't know. Or you should be shy. Or you shouldn't be able to express yourself. So we need to set the agenda outside even the home. Apart from the ones we do in the home, outside the home. Because the outside influence is the one that is much more. How many talks we have? If you look at now what is going on, there are a lot of leadership academies. How many leadership academies do we have for Muslim kids that you talk about leadership? Because they need to know what leadership means. They need to know what we them on leadership. What it means, are you a role model? What is accountability? What is integrity? What is Islam in itself? How do you propagate Islam? Through your activities, through your actions, through the way you do your things. For me, I have enjoyed this workshop, and I pray the Almighty Allah will guide all of us and protect us in the best of ways. Thank you.
You get extra search. And I want to thank Great Heights Academy for what they are doing and what they will continue to do. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. My daughter finished from Great Heights and she's doing a very good job. She's schooling in Hungary, in Debrecen. When she was going there, they told us it's a Christian city. I said, well, I don't have any fear because I know she will stand on her own. And Alhamdulillah, the Muslim students in Debrecen, they are doing a good job. They are even converting Hungarians into Islam.
I would like to add to what our mothers have been saying for a while now. But I want to call our attention to some things that is very, very important. We all have kids there in this school. I would like to appreciate the school as well because they are trying their best in the little they can do. But I know the most important thing is we, the mothers. I want to share some things here. Most of us women, mothers here, we know how to use the internet, especially when it comes to the area of using WhatsApp. We know how to use Facebook. I want to employ us, just like going to Islamia. If you don't want to go to Islamia, there are so many free tutorials or schoolings that you can do. There is IOU, Islamic Online University. There are so many courses that are free on their websites that is helping. I take part of some of the courses. And I think we should go there as well. It will help us because my daughter, whenever she comes back home, I try to get things out of her. What is going on in school? I always sit her down. When I know she's trying to avoid me, I'll let her go. But later, I'll still try to get some things out of her. Most of the things that I get from this school, especially what they do in the hostel, it's embarrassing. I know the school cannot do so much, but as a mother, I think we are causing so much problem. I want to beg you, everybody here, we are all guilty. I'm guilty as well. Okay? There are so many things that we do. Most of them, we don't even want our children to know about it. Our daughters as well. I want us to change. I'm begging everyone here. We all need to change. We all need to learn. Let's face our fears. We have so many fears that we have in ourselves. Because we found it rosy now, it doesn't mean our children will find it rosy tomorrow. You might be married to somebody who is rich. You might have the opportunity that, okay, my father knows this person. I'm going to marry somebody like that. It's not possible. You cannot say 100% that your daughter will do the same. Please, I want to implore you, set a good standard for your child. Don't give them the impression that everything will be easy. Stop it. It is bad because that is what they bring to this school and that's why they don't listen. When they know that, okay, just like you said, that, okay, a child that is not even qualified to be a science student is already dreaming that, okay, my dad is going to build an hospital for me. So how do you want that child to achieve something in life? Well, I have a child here. She has already finished. She's now in the university. She is my child, I would say that. But I met her in the school. She was the first girl here that I got connected to. I handed my daughter to her. But I felt so connected with her because of her character. She's so unique. Up till now, we still spoke yesterday. I still mentor. I tried to talk to her that, okay, you should set a good standard. You went out well, and I want you to continue that way. I will give you an example. In the University of Lagos now, 2 girls, they broke the record that, okay, they came 5.0. They made the 500 GP. They are Christians.
They are not Muslims. Just like we are talking about the percentage of Muslim girls that are doing house helps. I don't like taking them as house helps. I have a house help in my home, but I don't want to. I have a house help that is a Christian. The way I treat her like my sister. But I feel kind of reluctant to take a Muslim girl as a house help. But most of us say we do that. How do you want them to feel? Whenever I see them coming with you to school and all this stuff, what do you do to them? The first house help that I had was a Muslim. But I took her on the basis that I'm not going to take you as an house help. I'm going to train you. And that is what I did. I achieved that. Fatima still calls me till tomorrow. May Allah never break our relationship. We should look at it that, okay, no matter what, we don't want our children to be in that position, as well as we want to help others to get out of this poverty level. So, please, I want you to start from your own daughter. You don't know what will happen tomorrow. We don't even know what will happen the next minute. What if we die? She'll be looking forward to, okay, I need to get married to a rich person because I don't need to read. I don't need to have a first class. I don't need to need my A's or whatever. What's the big deal? My children will come home. They'll be telling me, no, why are you always hard on us? My son, we always say the standard, look at this video. These children are children that are not from so rich family like you. And they are making it in life. They are making the good result. Why can't you? You have everything at your disposal. What my son will tell me, that, why am I always on this? Even in school, those children that are even richer than us, referring to our family, that okay, they are richer than us, their parents don't scold them. They even take them out. They will take them for vacations. They will take them to the US, take them to Dubai and all this stuff. Why do you always hammer on this thing? I said, no, my family is different. No matter how rich we are not leaving you with anything but your education in life. That's the thing that we want you to hold on to. Don't look at the money that we have. We're not going to give you just to spoil you. No, we don't want to do that. And that's the legacy we should leave for our children, no matter how rich we are. Let them know the value of what you're giving them. Don't just be giving them because I have the money. Okay, I have connections. I know this, I know that, I know Buhari, I know this. I can always get you somewhere. Even if you had what's the worst? That, okay, pass as a degree in school. It's a shame to Muslims that, okay, we have to be, just like she said, we have to be looked at as idiots. Why? Especially the women. We shouldn't allow them to be looking at us as idiots. And it starts from us. If you cannot tell your child that, okay, no, I don't want you to get anything below 60%. 60% in all your courses, no matter how difficult that course is or that subject is, I don't want you to do that. We should be able to tell them that. Please let them know, because if we are telling our children and you are telling your children that, okay, you can get 40, no problem, just pass to the next class. Our children will look at us as monsters. And they are still going to be competing outside your home. They are not going to stay in your home and get a work. They are going out. Please, I want you to look inwards. We are having a big problem as a Muslim community. We are not achieving anything. These Christians, we are always threatened by them. Their presence is the truth. They are controlling the economy. They are planning so many things behind us. And we are just enjoying the money that we have at our disposal. And they are using their own money to do so many things. They are using the knowledge. The universities are for all of us. All these schools, they are all, it's meant for us. We shouldn't be the worst in the class. Just because, okay, I know somebody, okay, the president is my in-law and all this stuff. That, okay, I'm going to get you a job anytime. Just come out, just go to university, even if you have to read psychology. It is bad. We should change that attitude. Please, I'm begging you in the name of Allah, and I'm begging you for the sake of Islam. Let's leave a good legacy for all our children. Let's tell them they should be their best in whatever they are doing. They should not be second class. They should never be. They should never be anything beyond best. I'm begging you. That's what we need, especially for girls. So may Allah assist us. May Allah guide us aright. If we are ignorant, there's no shame in going back to school, just like Ajia said. There's no shame. I still learn. And anybody, there's this saying that anybody that stopped learning, that person is dead. You're already dead because you are going to be ignorant and you are going to be going down. People will be telling you this thing is right, this thing is wrong, and you'll be taking it gullibly. Please, let's learn and let's do the right thing for our daughters. I'm begging you, please, for the sake of Allah and for Islam's sake.
At-Takbir.
Allahu Akbar.
MashaAllah. Thank you, sister, for permission, and I've been permitted, inshallah, to inform us sisters that, inshallah, there is an Islamic class that has been opened in A-Class Park. There is a masjid in A-Class Park at Maitama. So for some of us sisters who live around there and want to and are not attending Islamia and can even attend, even if you attend another Islamia, we do from on Saturdays and Sundays only, 9 to 1. Saturdays and Sundays, 9 to 1. And there are extra lessons on Fridays, 4 to 6, for those that have time. Inshallah, Islam will be greater. Inshallah.
Every time I come, I am impressed by their sincere intention to truly raise your daughters or train them to have success in this world and the hereafter. And with what they presented today, truly, I'm impressed. I think every single one of us, when we listen and look at the slides from the principal, and she detailed all of the issues that they are having, and then I listened to some of the comments from some of the mothers on how we need to do our best to re-educate ourselves on our deen. I think we're all here now, and many of us have said yes, we're shaking our heads. Yes, I can see you nodding your heads. But that's just the beginning, ladies. You must go back to your individual homes and ask yourself, am I educated enough to be able to do what I need to do as a parent to support the aims and objectives of this school? It's not enough to just come and pay the school fees and say, yeah, she's going to a Muslim school. What they are doing is only a little bit of what will be necessary to raise your daughters to be what you want them to be, and to be the role models for themselves and for the Muslim Ummah. Please, I beg you, don't let what you've heard today end here. This is just the beginning, ladies. Go back, look deep within yourselves and ask, am I doing what I need to do? And then make a plan and try to change. Please, I beg you. I want to commend all the people who were involved, our MC, director, and principal. Well done. I want to commend you. As someone who is heading a school, I know how difficult it is. It is a difficult task. But what drives us is our belief in Allah and our love for this deen. Please support all of us in this effort. Don't quash our efforts. Let your daughters learn how to respect the school, and that will begin with you and only you. So I pray that all of us have learned something today, and I wanted to commend our former student, Salamatu. I'm so impressed with her. I think she was passionate in how she communicated, how much Great Heights affected her and her character. Please let your daughter also emulate that, but it begins with you mothers. Assalamu alaikum.
Allahu barakatuh. The program has come to an end. I want to thank every single one of us here for being present. I would like to call on Kuchumi Bello to give us the vote of thanks and closing prayer. Thank you very much.
Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. On behalf of Great Heights Academy, the entire supporting team, and the chairperson, I would like to extend a very hearty vote of thanks to all speakers for sharing with us findings, explanations, analysis today. We are all inspired by your great works. We are grateful to all the audience for gracing this important conference. Thank you for your